Alright, so in the last video I showed you how to prepare these pages for your CD. Now what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to put together the rest of the cover. This is what it's going to look like, and I just want you to see that it is just incredibly simple. I mean, I could have a monkey do this. It's really not hard at all. This video will only take a few moments to do. Really what it comes down to is you have some copy here, and that's it. And all you want to do is you want to make the copy look as much like that what you see here as you possibly can. So this is my sample. I'm going to jump over to the piece that we were working on in the last video. Here it is right here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing to bed. Alright, so I'm going to first create a text frame. I'm up here and create a text frame like this. And go back and see this. It says Country Greats. Okay, so I'll come back here. Just going to type in COUNTRY, Country Greats, GREATS. Okay, Country Greats. Now this is going to be on 2 lines. So I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to sit it on 2 lines. I'm going to select the text. Very simple. This is your properties bar across the top. The properties bar will update with anything and everything that you select. Right now I have some text selected. So what you see up here are all different settings that relate to text. That text, Country Greats. Real simple. Alright, so now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put the name of the type font that I want, which is Go Old Western. See it? Go to Old Western. So I'm going to select that, and there it is. It's already set. Now all I have to do is I have to make this the right size. I'm going to try going to 76. Actually, let's go 72. And it looks to me like my type frame isn't big enough, so I'm going to draw it open a little bit. Let's get this text frame to open up some. And there you go. And I don't have it quite deep enough to get that second line. So you know what? That text looks probably like 72 point is about where it wants to be, except that the line spacing, the leading is off. So real simple to fix. You're just going to select the text, come in here to the leading, and I'm going to drop the leading to 72, and I still need it to come up a little bit because it's too far away. I'm just going to keep easing it down until visually I like where it goes. And let me tell you something, as a graphic designer, I tuck text all the time. I don't do it all the time. I do it when it works. And in a case like this, you have a descender here, and that descender is hitting the height of that T. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I bring that line down to that descender, right to there, I can't get it to sit right on it. It's snapping to guide or snapping to my, I have my, whatchamacallits out, my, where are we at here? Grids and guides. Oh, my baseline grid isn't showing. Not funny. Well, anyway, it's not snapping very well, but what I'm getting at is you see how that ascender hits the line of the descender? That, some people don't like something like that, but it doesn't bother me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to even eke it up a little bit more. Right about like that's good. Okay, now let me go back to week 2 and see what that looks like. You see how that is? It is pretty much like what I have it there. All right, now I think probably there might be a little bit of adjusting that was done to the spacing in here, but to be honest with you, I think that probably fits just fine. So that's all it takes to do this. I mean, it was really just a matter of putting the name of the font in and the font size and determining a line height, a leading. That's really all it is. Now there's one other thing. Notice my big old frame here. See how that frame is flopping around all over the place? Well, I don't need all that frame. The only thing I needed to do is pull that frame out so I could see what I was doing to get myself going. Now what I want to do is I want to shrink that frame down and put that frame right around that text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to the object menu, and I'm going to come down to fitting, and I'm going to go fit frame to content. Watch the frame when I do that. See, it snaps up. It snaps up to the baseline of that text. Now it's still hanging out quite a bit here, and I can just manually drag that over a little bit, and now I have a frame that is right around that text, and we're good to go. Same thing occurs with the next bit of text. So I'm going to come out, I'm going to draw a nice big frame for that. Let's go back to week 2 work. Timeless Country Classic. So that's what I'm putting in there, okay? And that's all caps, so I'll hold down the Shift key. TIMELESSCOUNTRY. Where are you? And then I'm going to hit enter because it's 2 lines. CLASSICS. Oops, wait a minute. There. Timeless Country Classics. Select it. The same thing occurs in my properties bar at the top here. I'm going to, let's see if I can drop this down and find it. Yeah, there it is. See, now once I've gone in and selected that text, it's actually going to show at the top. So it's very easy to just hit the drop arrow and see it sitting right there. Go to Old Western. There it is. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to come in and I'm going to bring this up. Let's try 48. I know it's going to be too big. Oh, wrong one. Oh, geez. This is 12 over 12. Yeah, I made a mistake. This is what I want. 12 over, let's try 24. 24, is that pretty good? Let me just see. Yes, it is. I'll be darned. Okay, so 24 is pretty good. The problem is the line height is not right. It's 24 over 12, and that's not what we want. So we're going to probably try 24 first, see what that does. And that's not bad, except I think I'll tighten it up just a little bit because I sort of like doing that. There, I think that I like that look a little bit better. And that's all it takes to get that. I think if you take a look here, probably could be a little bit bigger even. I could probably even, either that, yeah, let me try making it 25. Let's just go 25. Again, my goal here is to try to make it look as much as the other as possible. So, let's see, what am I going to do here? Is it, I think it's probably fine. I think I could probably move it over a little bit. That's what I think I could do. Move it over just a touch. And that's probably pretty good. And again, I bring it up just a little bit. All right, so now I have my country greats, timeless country classics. And what I'm going to do, again, is select this frame. And I'm going to go up to the object menu, fitting, fit frame to content. And there it is. That frame has been fitted to that content, and that part of the job is done. So I'm going to scroll this up a little bit so I can get a better look at the bottom. Now the bottom involves a little bit of text, which is going to be a lot for me to type in, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to come in here, see if I can find that text. I've actually created a file for this. So I'm going to go File. I'm looking for cover type. I think that's it. Yes, it is. All right, so now I have my text. So this is what I did, just so that you understand. I created this Microsoft Word document. I actually typed all of this text into Microsoft Word. This is the text that belongs at the bottom of this, and I typed it in so that I don't have to type it in directly. I can just copy and paste this into my piece, and we can get this done all the quicker. So that's really what this is all about. I'm going to, again, come over and grab the frame, and I'm going to come out and I'm going to drag myself a frame, a nice big frame, because we can always adjust the frame. That's not a problem. Come back in here to this text, and I'm going to select all of that text, and I'm going to copy it. I'm on a PC, so I can right click and hit copy. You might have to do it a slightly different way, but I'm just copying and pasting this into my frame, Command V. And there I have it in there. Now let's take a look back at the worked version. Notice what's happening here. The size is smaller, and it looks to me like, yes, I'm using condensed. Okay, so it's all regular condensed, and this right here is not regular condensed. It's italic, regular italic condensed. So that's the formatting that's going on here, and formatting is a very important part of this. So let's start off by coming in here and let's selecting, and again, I'm using Myriad Pro. So if you use Myriad Pro, fine. If you use Helvetica, fine. If you use Arial, fine. Any sans serif face, but just make sure whatever face you're using, whatever font you're using, I'm sorry, make sure that they have some faces to it, like condensed, condensed italic, condensed bold, and bold, condensed, italic, regular, so on and so forth, because we need some of this. In this case here, I'm going to start off by choosing condensed for all of this. So now it's all condensed, which looks probably like where it should be. Actually, it looks darn good. The word featuring, though, what I'm going to do with featuring is I'm going to come in and I'm going to choose, instead of condensed, condensed italic. Now when I deselect this and I switch back and forth, I think you'll see that I'm pretty much on the money with this. See that? There it is, pretty much on the money. I mean, this one here is probably a little smaller, but frankly, if you really want the truth, I think I like the size of mine a little bit better. I like the way it sort of tucks in around the curve of that guitar there. I think it looks really good. So basically, this is the project. I am primarily done with this. Once again, I can come up to the object menu. I can go fitting, fit frame to content, bring my content frame back up and close this in a little bit. And now I'll go to the view menu and I'll fit this thing in artboard, fit page and window. Go to the view menu again and go to screen mode. Let's preview this and I'll deselect, and there is the finished piece. Basically, that is what you're going to produce, and I'm done with this video.